Good morning, guys. I hope that you are doing good. My name is David, and I am the founder of Little People World Organization. I am wanting to talk to you guys today about how to avoid stressful situations and try to learning how to cope with your anger and managing your output of how you educate and communicate with others, especially when it comes to the fact of dwarfism. I know that being a little person's already difficult in a massive amount of ways, and I know that there are plenty of issues that come with just having to always be repetitive with questionings. But that's one thing that we have to do is to be repetitive, and we've learned in a very long term way as we grow up and as we get older that we have to do that. And when it comes to new parents or when it comes to even children that have dwarfism or those that don't know about it, we're always going to be answering questions. So one of the things I could tell you that I feel that is a very big thing is understanding that you already know you're going to be questioned. And especially if you're a little person and you feel like you're frustrated because you have to keep answering questions for parents that don't know what's going on. I got coffee because they are concerned for their kid, you know, or the things that's going on with them. What you really need to focus on doing is taking that deep breath and knowing that, hey, you're there to help them. You're there to help them understand. You're help them understand what you've went through, and stay positive about it. I know that a lot of you guys probably get questions that you just feel like, God, is this ever going to end? And if you really get stressed out, get a pair of these. Just get these, and find solutions to relieving your stress. But I know that when it comes to having to repeat things that are in regards to your dwarfism, or whether it's in Facebook groups, social media, or in any form, because it's there, that it's going to be repetitive and repetitive and repetitive. Well, that's why we have to find solutions and actually put it out there, not just on the internet, but in many different ways. So we created a program for public speaking that we have actually found to be quite great in regards to connecting with schools and the cities and the communities, and bringing forth people on a free scale. But Becca, enzymes and your vitamin booster, please. Okay. All right. Hey, back. You doing your 4 or you doing 3? No, you don't do 2. You're not eating pasta with it?
No, she's having a snack.
Okay, all right, that's fine. All right. But in regards to the idea that, you're going to have parents that just are very unknowing about their own child with dwarfism. Now, doctors are going to tell you as much as they know, and if they don't have a child with dwarfism, it's going to be a struggle for them because they're still going to have all these thoughts and all these pressures of what they're going to go through. So when they go into groups, which sadly I've seen it time and time again, and it really disturbs me, and it bugs me to death, because there is a much better way on how we can resolve these issues when it comes to the fact of communication. Now, you yourself, you're stuck in this body as a little person. You've got no choice to do anything about it, and being positive is one of the best things that you could do. Now, my point is, in regards to your dwarfism, now parents that aren't little people, this I'll get to you in a minute, but in regards to your dwarfism, you already know that you're stuck like that, right? So you have the option of how you're going to deal with things. And kids, let me tell you, if you've got parents that are very on the defensive and angry side, don't worry, okay? You have the ability to be much better about who you are and how you're going to teach the public and how you're going to teach your friends and how you're going to do things. But as far as like with little people, understand, you're in this body and you need to embrace it. You need to feel good about it. And those that are around you that are not making you feel positive with your body, they're not making you feel wholesome, and they're not making you feel like you matter, then that's toxic. You need to get rid of that toxicity and focus on the positive. Focus on those that care about you. Focus on those people that love you and the friends that support you and protect you. Now, I know that you may not think that you need protection from friendships and people out there. There's a good way about doing that. So before going off the handle on your friends or family because you feel like it's overprotecting, communicate with them. Teenagers, if you're feeling like your parents are just overwhelming you and you don't know what's going on and you don't know how to express it, it's very simple. If you've got loving parents that care about you, it's going to be really easy for you to say, Mom, Dad, I need to talk to you. I need to talk to you because I feel like there's all this pressure and I'm starting to feel in a certain way that, you're just overbearing. I need to live and I need to be happy. And that's what exactly you need to be. You need to feel happy. You need to feel safe in your own body. And the world is always going to have negativity. We all know this. The world is never going to be 100% positive. It just doesn't make, it would never make sense because of all the things that go according to life. So you have the ability. And as little people, guys, look at your life versus others. Okay? You've had to overcome a lot of challenges. You've had to overcome a lot more challenges than most people have to face in a lifetime before the age of 16. Think about that. Before the age of 16, you've had to overcome a lot more challenges with having skeletal dysplasia more than most average people have to in a lifetime in the medical area. And your challenges at home, like with my daughter Serenity. I'm not going to baby her on every single thing. On every single thing. Get your school stuff. I'm not going to baby her on every single thing because she needs to learn how to adapt to her life and her surroundings. So she's going to have a happy childhood. She's going to have a life that says, you know what? I've learned how to be independent and to be successful with the things I'm able to grasp. And there's always going to be challenges. So, little people, when it comes to every one of you that has skeletal dysplasia or any kind of form of OI or dwarfism or anything of short stature, understand you already know where you're at in your life. You already know what you're going through. So look at the greatness that you have and the capabilities that no one else on this planet is going to have. And the faced challenges that you've already been through and the ones you're going to continue to go through. You have a lot more power and strength than you realize because you have to overcome a lot more with that power, with that strength than most anybody, like I said, would have to go through. And you have that ability. So look up at the greatness that you have and the ability of being able to go out there and prove to the world that you are anything that you want to be. Because you are. You are anything that you want to be. You are everything that anything else on this earth can be as a person. You are. Now when it comes to the parents, first and foremost, now as adults, I know that we get frustrated. We think that everybody should know everything about us, but they don't. Reality is that they don't know everything about us. Unless they become a parent of a child with dwarfism, they don't know everything. And it is our obligation, it is our duty to help make that happen. And you don't need money to do that. You don't need money to say anything in educating people. You absolutely need nothing like that. There's so much that you could do for yourself and others that are around you. Now, when it comes to people that do become parents of little people, I see in Facebook groups, and you don't have to be so condescending or sarcastic. And those two things really affect the, what? Oh. Those two things really do affect the parents of already trying to make sure that they are doing everything. In fact, when you see a parent that is asking questions about a child with dwarfism that they have that is born, instead of rolling your eyes, getting condescending, having a sarcastic tone, or just blatantly being rude to them, they are coming to you for expertise and your advice and what could they do better. You should have pride in the fact that you know these things, and you should not be hurtful about it. The parents that have a child with dwarfism, you should be proud of them, that they care about that child with dwarfism, and that they are willing to know everything that they can about that issue. As average-sized parents, 80% of them have us, right? So as average-sized parents, when they come to you as a little person to find out information, you should be proud of them, that they are coming to seek out that information, that they're coming for that help. And a lot of them don't get help like they need, which they should. Those kids need that help in a financial and in many other different ways. There's so much that we could be doing. But the one need that every parent has when it comes to having a child with dwarfism is it goes beyond the doctors. It goes to the experience of who we are. There lies ignorance, right? So we know there's an ignorance to it. There's ignorance on every level. I'm not a mechanical engineer. I'm ignorant to that thing. I love computers. I'm good with that stuff. But I'm ignorant to WordPress. I hate it too. I really wish I wasn't, because I know how to do every other kind of work or every kind of other web design possible. And I just, WordPress sometimes frustrates me. But we all have something to learn from somebody. And it bugs me to know and to see that instead of it being a positive experience for these parents, there's a lot of negativity, and it doesn't have to be. We need to embrace the fact that, one, they have choices to make. They do. So I've seen it where parents have been asking about the growth hormones and the leg lengthening. Like, this alone is a big one. And how dare you consider changing them? How dare you want to do that to them? You're going to make them go through all that pain, and you're not even going to let them have a choice? Well, it's the parents for one. It's not our choice. It's their lives. And if they're trying to improve the independence of their kids, you need to let the people like Chandler and Chris Connor, those people that have experience, send them to them. Let them talk. You know, as a matter of fact, hold on. I don't know if I can do this whoa, no. I did the wrong thing. Shift. Chris. There he is. Chris Connor and... Okay. So, these two individuals that I just put in tag, these are two individuals that have actually gone through different steps in regards to either growth hormones or leg lengthening. Now, these are the type of people that have that experience, that know what's going on. They know what their abilities are. They know the pain. They know the challenges. They know it. I don't know that. I'm actually ignorant to that. I've never had leg lengthening. I've had leg straightening, but I've never had leg lengthening. I've never had growth hormones. So instead of ridiculing the parent for asking questions about it, one, they're still a little person. They just got some extra boosted length, and they're still going to show signs that they're a little person. It's there, and they're beautiful people. Chandler, I don't know. I need to read more on her story. If I remember right, I think she either had a combination or she had just the growth hormones. I don't remember everything. I try to research everything, but I've got everything mashed in my head. But either way, um, Chandler's a very beautiful woman, you know, and Chris is a handsome guy, and he's enjoying his life. Chandler's enjoying her life, and she's advocating and preaching and doing all these things with her organization about stuff just like this. And she speaks about it. And those are great things. And she's doing it in a positive way. Chris is doing it in a positive way. He's letting people know about the acceptance should be there and the idea of it. About, are these things safe? Are we capable of doing it? You know, what should I expect when my child's 5 years old? You know, what should I do? What kind of tools should I have? When you're being questioned like this in your Facebook groups or in social media, you don't need to get that condescending tone and become rude with them. Like, well, you're the parent, you should know this, you idiot. That does not work, and you're just causing more harm than good. You need to give friendly, positive advice. And this is where you shine, because you know all this stuff. You know, my daughter, when she gets older, she's going to be able to teach kids and people just the same on what she went through, having a dad with dwarfism. What was it like having a dad with dwarfism and a mom who was not? And how did you adapt your lifestyle with the challenges of reaching, making food, going to the bathroom? How were you taught? What lessons did you learn? How did you feel about it? Where did you stand? And then there's going to be parents that are going to ask these questions. Excuse me. There will be parents, there will be other people, and she's going to be able to brighten their day by giving that advice. And that's what matters. Now, little people, I know a lot of you have depression. I know a lot of you have anxiety. I know a lot of you are stressed. I know a lot of you have major insecurities, but you're beautiful people. You're beautiful people inside and out. You're very, very amazing people. We all may have differences. I know some of you guys don't respect me, you don't like me, but I love every one of you. I know that some of you think I'm a great person and you like what I'm doing, and I love you just the same. I do not hate a single one of you. I think that, honestly, in this day and age right now, the most important thing we could do is care about each other and show strength in a bond. We don't need to go partying and everything to know that we care about each other, that we're there for each other. We need to be there for each other. So help these parents. Stay positive. Give positive advice. And learn from things. You know, there's so many ways you could do it. You want to speak out? Join us. Go out and speak out. Let us get you there. You want to help make a difference in those that are in a third world country, that are little people, because they're really struggling? Join us. Let's get you there. Let's make a more positive world for those that have children with dwarfism that are average sized parents. And let's make a greater comeback of being united as friends, as a family of little people, and stop hurting each other. Stop rejecting what everyone has a difference on. If we're going to preach about difference, if we're going to preach about, you know, acceptance, then we as a whole need to be doing those two things. We need to be kind towards each other, and we need to accept each other for who we are, no matter the differences we have. Not everyone's going to have money and a great house. Not everyone's going to be poor. Not everyone's going to be highly famous. No, but we have the ability to bring our community together in a stronger way, and we have the ability to stay positive and educate and literally help the parents. We do. We don't need to keep on this path. I'm begging you guys, look at where your investments are. Look at where your time is. Look at your self-worth. Look at your positive life that you can have. Your self-worth as a little person is priceless. It is. I'll say it again. Your self-worth is priceless. You are so valuable to every single thing on this planet because you make a difference just by being different. You go through challenges and you have a warrior mindset that you have to have, because you're going to go, you're going to keep going, you're going to keep pushing, and you have that ability. And just stay positive about it. I know it's hard, trust me. You're going to have struggles. But the best way that we could teach these kids to embrace and love their life is to love them and show nothing but positivity. We cannot, by any means, keep a negative format around us, because those kids come on social media too. They do. I mean, you can't say they don't find ways to look at stuff like this and read and research and to go to, which I've talked to some kids that literally went to a conference, like I'll say a conference, and I'm actually talking about a bunch of them. And I've talked to kids that have went and they have seen things that kind of bothers them in a huge amount of ways. It doesn't kind of, it actually bothers them. And they're confused in a lot of ways. And we need to stop that confusion. Because there have been kids that I've spoke to that have said, I just don't get how we're all the same with dwarfism, but in different forms of dwarfism, and yet there's this fighting and there's this hate. They don't get it. And we need to focus our communication on a positive level with these kids. Trust me, we're not going to like everybody, but leave it at that. If you don't like them or respect them, move on your way. That's how we teach kids to do things in the proper form, is it not? If it doesn't work, you don't have to deal with it. Focus on yourself. Focus on those that love you. Focus on the friends you could have and move forward. But as far as when it comes to the average size community of parents, there's no escaping that. We need to seriously be happy that they've even come for questioning in the first place. And I always am. I will talk to a parent for 2 or 3 hours. And then by the time like halfway through it, they're wanting to do a phone call or a video message. So we talk. It's a great way for things to happen. Anyways, I hope you guys have a great and positive day. I love you guys very, very much. I really do. I'm fighting for changes. I'm fighting for people to stop being used. And if you don't understand that, go back to my other videos. I'm fighting for you guys. We should all be fighting together and start saving lives across this world and start helping each other. And we could do it in a positive way. So let's be positive. Find the best grounds that we can to help people out. Love each other. We don't have time for this hate. We don't have time for the drama. We have time to make a difference. That's what we have time for. All right? And I hope that you guys have a very wonderful day. I love you.